morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, August 23rd. I'm Maggie Flecknoe, and this is Houston Happens. Hopefully, it's been a great start to the week, especially for all of you who have headed back to school. Now, some of you, though, may have had trouble getting the kiddos out the door this morning. Parts of our viewing area did have a little bit of a rainy start. Our meteorologist, Kerrigan Chauvin, is live on the roadways with the forecast. And Kerrigan, I know it's a little bit drier now, so how are things looking?
Maggie, I don't think this could have been queued up quite more timely. I just felt a raindrop hit me in the face out here today, so it's been pretty hit or miss with the rainfall. Nothing too heavy for sure, but yeah, we have a couple of drops out here.
Kerrigan, it's like Mother Nature knew her cue, and she wanted to shine a little for us.
That is true. We are seeing some heavier showers and even some thunderstorms down to our south, though. I'm getting a little nervous out here. But out toward El Campo, Lane City, they're seeing some heavier thunderstorm and shower activity move on through. And we really do have to just be weather aware for the next couple of days, as the chance for rain is going to continue to be in our forecast. And we do have the opportunity for training to occur, where this just means showers and storms, they kind of set up over the same area of land and continue to pour that rainfall, and that's where we will see the threat for flooding begin to occur throughout our region.
I think, Kerrigan, people are a little bit anxious right now when they hear about the rain, especially with what's happening for our neighbors up in Austin and Dallas, but you told me, rest assured, we're not going to see anything like that.
Yes, we do have an excessive rain outlook for southeastern Texas, but people are looking at videos and pictures from Dallas and Austin. I don't think we're going to get to that level. They're seeing a lot of that rainfall with that slow-moving front that moved through. We're going to see a hit-or-miss chances throughout our region. Nothing too widespread for today. Around 50% of our ground is going to be covered at a time, and not everyone is going to be flooding, but nonetheless, it is something to be aware of, that wherever these bands of showers and thunderstorms do set up, that is where the potential for flooding will set up. Not everyone is going to see it. It's not going to be nearly as widespread as Dallas, but you do want to stay weather aware and just keep the forecast in mind for the next couple of days.
Especially with the kids back at school and they have after-school activities, you want to make sure nothing gets canceled. So make sure, if you haven't already done so, to download our CW39 weather app. Well, Kerrigan, as always, it's a pleasure to have you on my show. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Maggie.
All right, so speaking of kids going back to school and sports practices, we do have to be aware of sudden heat emergencies. It may rain, but it's still really hot out there. So find out more from Ally ER. Well, Ally Medical Emergency Rooms offer a new and better way to treat medical emergencies. Dr. Tony Abraham is joining us to talk about one that is happening to a lot of people right now: heat emergencies. Doctor, thank you so much for waking up with us.
Hey, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
So it has been, I mean, being pregnant in this heat, it's been unbearable for me and a lot of people out there. So tell us a little bit about heat emergencies. When are you seeing them?
Right, so yeah, obviously we're seeing a lot of it right now in the summertime as temperatures continue to rise. So heat-related emergencies, we typically think about heat exhaustion and heat stroke, which is kind of on this spectrum of heat-related illness, right? I say that the typical thing we hear about is heat exhaustion, and that's kind of when your body's mechanisms for cooling itself have kind of exhausted itself, and you start to feel the effects of that heat as your body temperature rises. So you might have headache, fatigue, feeling generally kind of weak. You'll still probably be sweating, but definitely, those are kind of the signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion, body ache, stuff like that.
So what do we do if we start seeing these signs? Yeah,
so definitely make sure you get to a cooler environment if you're outside in the heat.
Right.
Go to the shade or try to find some air conditioning environment. Start drinking plenty of water. Make sure you're well hydrated would be the kind of the initial things. And if you're still not getting better, then make sure you seek medical care.
So if we come to you with one of these, heat emergencies, what do you guys do?
Right, so depending on how severe it is, we'll definitely likely do some blood work, give you IV fluids, give you medication if you have any nausea or vomiting to treat those symptoms, and kind of go from there and make sure that you're feeling better by the time you leave. If you have a more serious heat-related emergency like a heat stroke, definitely I would recommend calling 911. And heat stroke gets to the point where you're kind of not your normal self, so you're altered. So you're confused, you can't answer questions, you might even have seizures. It gets to that point. So yeah, so that point it's a little bit more serious. Definitely make sure you seek medical care or emergency care.
Are there certain types of patients that are more prone to these?
Yeah, that's a great question. So definitely your elderly, they definitely don't compensate as well as your young kids, young babies and such.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, and then also it's that time of year where kids, they're starting to go back to practice for football and stuff like that.
Right.
What should we do to make sure our kids are doing okay?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, just make sure they're staying well hydrated prior to that event or that sporting event. And also, like I said, as soon as they start to show any symptoms of just feeling tired or fatigue, definitely make sure you get them to the shade and you start cooling them off.
Okay, sounds good. We definitely want to beat the heat. Here's the great thing though, if we come to you guys, it's a nice, cool environment, right?
We keep it pretty cool in there.
All
Yeah,
right, and you don't have to wait too long, which is wonderful as well.
That's absolutely
And you have
right.
locations all around, so where can we go for more information?
Yep, you can go to our website at allymedical.com. And yeah, like I said, we have two sites in Houston area, Clear Lake and Spring.
All right, and then there's 4 in the Austin area as well.
That's right,
So if you're
yep.
traveling on Lake Travis and something happens, you
That's
can always
right.
go over there too.
Yep.
Well, doctor, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate
All right,
you.
thanks for having us.
And while we're on the topic of health, heart disease is the country's #1 killer. But you know what? It can be preventable. Here's more from Modern Heart and Vascular Institute. Well, doctor, thank you so much for waking up with us. Always a pleasure to have you on my show.
Thank you, Maggie.
Well, we're talking about something really important that can affect a lot of people, heart disease. So tell us a little bit more about this.
Yeah, heart disease is by far the most common cause of death, hospitalizations, and disability in our country. Every few seconds, someone has a heart attack and dies from it. And the great thing is that they're all preventable. People, if they get screened properly and early and
Oh, cool.
pay attention to their symptoms,
Can we double
can
check
prevent
the
their heart
pronunciation
disease.
on her
we
name?
really can.
Thanks, honey.
Yes, let's prevent
That's
them. I know
wait,
that
next
this is
now
in my
or
family, heart disease, and
Oh,
it's
not
so
the
important
break.
to get screened. So first of
Oh.
all, who should
Let
be
me
coming
just
to see you?
scroll up. Wait.
Great question. So
Oh,
the
did you already
people that are
scroll
at the
it up?
highest risk, there are 2 groups of them. Number 1, the ones that have risk factors. So that would be
Okay.
diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, smoking, family history of heart disease, obesity. Those people are at risk. Number 2 is the ones that have symptoms, Maggie, the ones that have chest discomfort. The typical symptom is more of a heaviness, like someone is sitting on my chest, but it can be pretty much any
did this
symptom in the
interview
chest.
last year.
Shortness of breath, lightheadedness, palpitations, or just fatigue, lack of energy. Grandma used to be energetic, and now we went to visit her, and she's just,
Pronunciation guides have made it more
yeah,
confusing.
she's more
I
tired,
was
more
like,
fatigued.
what?
That may be her only sign of heart disease. So those are the 2 groups of people that are at the highest risk, Maggie.
So then once we make the appointment with you, tell me a little bit about the process. What will you do with us?
Yeah, so as with any heart disease or vascular disease, step 1 is talking with our patients. That's where we really excel, is trying to extract the information that we need to make good decisions for them by just listening to them and asking appropriate questions. And then we do a thorough physical examination on them. We listen to their heart, their carotid arteries, feel the pulses, blood pressure, heart rate, do an electrocardiogram or EKG on them. And when appropriate, we all order further testing, which could include an ultrasound of the heart, stress test, and other things. One of the things that you see behind me is a scanner that very few people have. This scanner here can diagnose heart disease, blockages, get this, in 2 seconds.
What?
In 2 seconds, we can tell you if you have calcium buildup inside your arteries of the heart. 2 seconds, Maggie.
2 seconds and it can save your life. So I don't know about you all out there, but I definitely want to make an appointment with you. Where can people go for more?
They can use our website. It's modernheartandvascular.com, or call us 832-644-8930. Our passion is to prevent, and we want to do that for everyone.
Well, thank you for the work that you do, and definitely want to reach out to you if we have any of these issues. Thanks so much, doctor.
Thank you.
Life-saving information. Well, speaking of information, it's that time of year again. As you all know, school is in session. And I think we can all agree, every child deserves a safe, clean, and healthy ride to school. Well, joining us today is Emily Colandrelli, the Emmy-nominated host of Emily's Wonder Lab on Netflix. And she's teaming with Energy for Everyone to promote a sustainable alternative for powering school buses. Thank you so much for waking up with us.
Yes, thank you for having me.
I have to say, your resume is so impressive. So how do you go from MIT to hosting a popular Netflix show for kids?
Right. Well, for me, I've always been really excited about science outreach, going back into elementary school classrooms and middle school classrooms and telling kids there about all of the exciting stuff that I was learning in my college and grad school classrooms. So for me, it feels kind of like a natural transition to go from learning about engineering in school to hosting a science show on an international stage like Netflix. I mean, it's pretty cool.
And you do it so well, and you make science enjoyable and approachable, I would say, too. So what would you say does the science tell us about school bus emissions?
Yeah, so this is the part that I'm really excited about because for me, and I think many of us grew up with these old, dirty diesel buses. I can still remember the smell. And you would see that thick black smoke coming out the tailpipe, right? And in that thick black smoke, there are harmful emissions that are bad for the environment and bad for kids' lungs, things like nitrous oxide. But the good thing, the good news is that there are now better alternatives for cleaner school buses today, like propane school buses. So for just a marginally higher cost, you can drastically reduce these emissions. Propane school buses actually reduce nitrous oxide emissions by 96%. 96%.
That is amazing. So how would you say propane compares to electric buses?
Exactly. So when we think of clean vehicles, we often think electric. I drive an electric car myself. But with electric, the other piece of the puzzle that you have to keep in mind is that electric school buses are about 3 times the cost of propane school buses. So you can buy 3 propane school buses at the cost of 1 electric bus. And this part for me is kind of like an environmental justice issue because you shouldn't have to be from a really wealthy school district to breathe clean air. And the other thing about electric that you have to keep in mind is the range. As an electric driver myself, that's one thing I'm always keeping in mind is how long do I have to drive until I need to stop and juice up. So that's something that you also have to keep in mind with electric school buses. If you have students who live out in rural areas far away, not centrally located, it may not be the best solution either.
You don't want to get stranded with all those kids on the bus. That sounds like a nightmare. So speaking of these buses, how can school buses impact the environment?
Yeah, so the environmental aspect is something that's so important. We think about the stuff coming out the tailpipe. That's a really important piece of it. But the other thing to keep in mind when we think about electric school buses in general is the electrical grid. Because in parts of the country, the electrical grid is powered by not clean solutions currently, so things like coal and natural gas. So just because you choose electric in some places around the country, that doesn't necessarily mean that you've chosen a zero emission vehicle because a lot of those emissions just happen elsewhere.
So what else would you say we should know about school bus safety?
Yeah, so the one thing that I think is important to keep in mind is that we have this aging diesel fleet of school buses throughout the country, mostly because there's not enough money in school districts to be able to upgrade these fleets to cleaner vehicles. So the really important thing to know that you should walk away with here is that the Environmental Protection Agency is offering $5 billion worth of grants over the next 5 years to help school districts pay to upgrade their fleet to cleaner vehicles. So to learn more about that program, to learn more about propane school buses, to learn more about how to talk to your school district about all of this, just go to betterourbuses.com.
Well, Emily, thank you so much for waking up with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
Well, the wheels go round and round on a school bus, and we're still going round and round on Houston Happens. We have some really great guests after the break. Stay tuned for more.
They letting you get away with it? I'm not doing that.
Judge Mathis. Next on CW 39, Houston.
Life hack for a flawless back to school? Free laptops from KRBE.
104.1 KRBE's Hack to School. We're giving away dozens of free computers every weekday from 8 to 6.
Starting with us, the real one right Ryan Show, and then all day long, when you hear us ring that school bell, be caller 104 and you'll instantly win a brand new laptop.
Yeah, it's a school supply everybody needs, from pre-K to pre-med.
Hack to school with free laptop computers from 104.1 KRBE.
Rise and shine with a free adjustable base upgrade during the Rooms to Go Labor Day sale. Right now, buy your perfect mattress set at a perfect price from our selection of top brands and switch to an adjustable base for free. Choose from so many great mattress sets, all at great sale prices. Then upgrade the way you sleep with a free adjustable base. Buy the mattress set and take control of the way you sleep. Enjoy the comfort and convenience when you switch to an adjustable base for free during the Rooms to Go Labor Day sale.
Who would have thought that Burlington would have the latest styles, the brands I love, the coolest looks, and the prices? Need I say more? You'll love the deals. You'll love Burlington.
At Texas Children's Pavilion for Women, we deliver the care you need in the way you deserve. With regular OBGYN visits, industry-leading fetal care, and minimally invasive gynecologic surgery. Because no matter what's ahead, we're with you all the way.
How come you're not eating your snack? I prefer my snack to be a reward for homework well done. You're like an old person. Thank you.
Young Sheldon, tonight at 6 and 6:30 on CW 39.
Houston.
Life hack for a flawless back to school? Free laptops from KRBE.
104.1 KRBE's Hack to School. We're giving away dozens of free computers every weekday from 8 to 6.
Starting with us, the Real One Ryan Show, and then all day long, when you hear us ring that school bell, be caller 104 and you'll instantly win a brand new laptop.
Yeah, it's a school supply everybody needs, from pre-K to pre-med.
Hack to school with free laptop computers from 104.1 KRBE.
And welcome back to Houston Happens. So switching gears now to some sports news. Former Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson will serve an 11-game suspension and pay a $5 million fine for multiple violations of the league's personal conduct policy, and what amounts to one of the most significant penalties in NFL history. But what about the alleged victims? I actually had a chance to sit down with Crystal Del Toro of the Busby Law Firm. She's representing Watson's sexual assault accusers and has an important message for anyone who may have also been a victim. It's a case we're closely watching, that of former Houston Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson and the allegations of sexual assault and harassment. Someone who has worked closely on this case, fighting for the alleged victims, is Crystal Del Toro, associate attorney at the Busby Law Firm. As always, it's a pleasure to have you on my show. I love our conversations.
Thanks for having me back. It's good to be back.
And thank you for the work that you're doing. So tell us about who you are representing and have been representing.
Well, I represent the victims of sexual assault pertaining to this very important case that has dominated sports headlines for over a year now. I represent these women in the civil proceeding, which is different than the criminal proceeding.
Can you explain that a little? I think people get confused.
Yes, there are two parallel courses. There's a civil case and then there's a criminal case. In the criminal case, it's the state of Texas that is prosecuting someone who has allegedly been guilty of committing a crime. The victims in my case, are proceeding in a civil proceeding, which is different. And at times they can both run parallel, but I represent the victims of sexual assault in a civil case. And it's important that victims of sexual assault know their rights. If you've been victimized by anyone, and it's important that you come forward, be brave, and speak out.
And that's hard. I mean, I watch these women. That's not easy to do, especially with someone in power.
I will say I'm extremely proud of these women. I am passionate about representing them. If you, they have been incredibly brave to speak out, to tell their story, to face the person that has victimize them. It's not acceptable, and we as a society need to decide where we draw the line. We cannot become desensitized to things such as sexual assault, be it in the workplace or otherwise.
And that's what's really unfortunate too, is of course these victims, we're seeing them, and I'm so appreciative of them coming forward. This is happening to women each and every day.
A majority of sexual assault victims are too afraid to come forward. A majority of the crimes are not reported, so it's extremely important that people speak out and that they come forward, and I'm here to help in any way that I can.
Exactly. Well, here's the thing. I think that if you are a victim of it, of course, contact authorities, but then also talk to you. Where can we find out more information about you and where to get in touch with you?
Absolutely. I work at the Busby Law Firm. You can just Google the Busby Law Firm, and our phone number is available, or you can reach out to me via email at cdeltoro@txattorneys.com. I am always here to lend a helping hand in any way that I can. It's important that people who have been victims of sexual assault know what their legal rights and remedies are, and I'm happy to assist in any way that I can.
Crystal, as always, it's a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And still to come, the Pearland Little Leaguers. They lost, but never fear, they're still in it to win it. We have all of the details and we're cheering them on after the break.
Hey Caleb, what's going on?
Homework. I'm supposed to learn how to cook a soufflé.
Ooh, French. Impressive.
Oui, vous devriez l'apprendre. Ça vous fait paraître plus intelligent.
I have no clue what you're saying.
Yeah, I said that you should learn French because it makes you sound smart.
I got you.
You know what else is smart, Alec? Donating to Shriners Hospitals for Children.
I thought you'd say that. And you know what? You're right.
Just think what it would be like if people didn't support Shriners Hospitals for Children every month.
I don't even want to think about it. I know so many kids whose lives are completely different because of the specialized care Shriners Hospitals for Children provides.
Yeah, like Sebastian, who can stand now.
Yeah, and the best part is it's so easy to become a monthly supporter. All you need to do is call the number on your screen or go to loveshriners.org. Your support will make sure our amazing doctors and nurses keep helping kids like us who need them now and in the future.
Hey, Alec, do you think I could try this part?
Go for it, buddy.
When you call right now and give $19 a month, only 63 cents a day, we'll send you your very own Loved at the Rescue blanket as a reminder of all the kids you're helping every day.
Your monthly support makes a huge difference for kids like us.
So please, call now or go to loveshriners.org to give. On behalf of all the kids you're helping, Alec and I just want to say thank you.
You got that right. Thank you so much. Please call the number on your screen or go to loveshriners.org with your monthly support right away. Your support shows you care too.
The Rooms to Go Labor Day sale is going on now, and this is a great time to buy. We have the furniture you want on sale. Living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, and more. Shop online or in store and get huge savings on a huge selection. Ready to go with fast delivery. Plus, with 60-month interest-free financing, buying is even easier. Don't wait. The Rooms to Go Labor Day sale is going on now.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity, using less or a lot less oral pain medicines, and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
So there are certain things we cannot control, like how hot it is and how we need to use our AC more. But you know what? We have some tips and tricks on how you can save on your electric bill. And who better to have than our good friend of the show, Tatiana, with Power Wizard. Great to have you, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
So we complain a lot about these temperatures. We can't control that, but our actions, we can control our actions a little bit.
Yes.
So I like this. You have some tips and tricks for us.
Oh, yes. So I read about energy myths a little bit, and one thing that stood out is having your fan run.
Yeah.
So the myth is that it will cool your room. It doesn't. So basically, if you're not sitting under it, I would definitely switch it off. It just makes you comfortable being under it, but it never really cools the room.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
I know. And another one is, I think there's lots of debates about it, switching on and off the light.
Yes.
So the search of doing it will just cost more than you do actually leaving it off for a while or on for a while actually. So I think, or I know, I read it, and there are some studies about it, so you should always switch it off.
My husband gets on me for that. He
Yes.
goes behind me and shuts. So I'm trying to be a good wife and make sure that I always shut off the lights.
I love lights in my
Me
house,
too.
but I switch it off now.
Okay.
I mean, I used to have a 9 cents rate, now it's 14. It's horrible.
Yeah.
So I am very conscious about that now.
And you have any other tips and tricks?
Yeah, so for sure you gotta increase the temperature in your house. So I love 75 in my house everywhere.
Right.
So now I do it, put it on 76, 77, it will make a difference.
Really? All day you leave it?
Yes, and sometimes I would love to have it more at 75, but if I'm not in that room, and I have a townhouse, 3 stories, I have 3 different thermostats. So I have them on different settings, and it does make a difference if you just increase it by 2 or 3 degrees.
It's we can do that.
Yes,
I
you can
think
do
that's
it will save
doable.
you a lot of money.
Okay.
In particular if you have a lot of usage.
But you know what really saves a lot of money? Getting on the right plan.
Totally. Yes,
And that's where
yes.
you guys come in.
Yes, yes, yeah. We are like your partner in crime, and we are like comparison shopping sites.
Right.
So we go out there and find the best electricity plans for you. So that's the best savings, right? Just get on the best rate. I mean, right now there are just no good rates out there, but at least of all the crazy ones, you want the best one, and that's what Power Wizard does for you.
I mean, that sounds great to me. I'll try to keep remembering turning
Yes.
off my lights, turning off the fan, but you know what I can always remember? Contacting Power Wizard to help me
Yes.
find the best rate. So where can people go for more?
Just go to powerwizard.com. There's a phone number you can call, or just plenty of information about us and how to find the best rate.
And no tricks there, just
No tricks
tips,
there.
my friends. Well, thank you as always, Tatiana. I
Thank you so
appreciate
much, Maggie.
And before we go today, we are sending winning vibes to our Pearland Little Leaguers. They're now in survival mode after getting shut out by Hawaii last night, 6-0 at the Little League World Series. But guess what? They are still in it to win it, my friends. Tonight at 6 p.m., the Pearland Little Leaguers will play against Midwest region champs Davenport, Iowa. They have to win this game to stay in the tourney, so let's go Pearland. We're all cheering for you back home. All right, that's a wrap on today's show, but before we go, here is a look at today's sponsored content. We hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same place, same time, for more Houston Happens. I'm excited. The Cook Shack, I've never tried them. They are making their mark on Houston's hot chicken scene. They're going to be live in studio serving up some hot chicks. In the meantime, bye for now, everybody.